So picture this. Blaise crouched under this massive old oak, basically holding his breath while he watches a mansion that looks like it was ripped from an architectural magazine. He's not just lurking for fun. He's seriously anxious about the girl inside.
And what gets me is how his heart is pounding so loudly that he thinks it might actually give him away. That detail made it so visceral for me. It's not just about being hidden in the dark. He's fighting this internal storm the whole time.
Exactly, and every minute drags on for him. 23 minutes, 24, he's counting each second like it's a countdown to something catastrophic. You can really feel how much he cares, and how powerless he feels, just waiting.
Yeah, and the setting almost feels like a character itself. The mansion is all steel and glass, super modern, but also cold and almost predatory. I kept thinking, it's not just Blaise versus his nerves, it's him against this whole world he doesn't belong in.
You know, the longer he waits, the more his imagination takes over. He cycles through every possible disaster. Maybe her parents caught her, or she's in some kind of trouble. It's almost painful to see all the scenarios his mind invents.
Totally, Blaise is almost tormenting himself with these fears. I noticed how he starts questioning not just her safety, but even her choices. Like, has she changed? Is she doing something risky, or maybe found someone better inside?
That doubt really hits hard, doesn't it? He's questioning if he's losing her not just to danger, but maybe to a different life entirely. There's this undercurrent of insecurity that feels so raw.
It's such a vulnerable spot to be in, especially when he starts thinking maybe she's outgrown him or wants something he can't give, like comfort or luxury. That fear is so relatable, even if you haven't waited outside a mansion.
Funny how he keeps telling himself he's not stalking her, just watching her back. There's a moment where you can feel him wrestling with the line between concern and obsession.
Right, and he's clearly uncomfortable with the whole situation. He tries to rationalize it almost like, if I call it caring, it's not creepy. But you can feel the guilt creeping in anyway.
Exactly. Even the inner debate about texting her he wants to check in, but how do you explain, hey, I followed you and I'm hiding in your bushes? He knows it sounds messed up and that self-awareness makes him feel more real.
That awkwardness is so authentic. It's like he's trapped by his feelings he can't leave, but he also doesn't want to cross any lines. I think a lot of people know that push-pull of wanting to protect someone without overstepping.
What surprised me most is how much she's changed him. He's not just in love, she's actually made him examine himself. That memory of her calling him out on his philosophy talk really says it all.
So true. She's the first person to challenge him. Not just nod along. But what does that mean for how you treat people? Line, wow. It's like she forced him to turn all his big ideas inward for once.
He doesn't want to become a different person for her, but a better version of himself. That's a subtle but important distinction. She pushes him to bridge the gap between what he believes and how he acts.
And you can sense how much that matters to him, even more than his own fears or jealousy. It's not just about the relationship, it's about wanting to actually live up to the ideals he talks about.
After all the tension, when that light finally flickers in the window, you feel his pulse spike with hope and dread. He's watching for any sign that she's okay, but he can't do anything except wish.
It's so heartbreaking when he just thinks, come back. He's almost praying, even though he admits he doesn't believe in prayers anymore. That helplessness, it's so human.
And the last lines, he's begging her not to lose him, not to be swallowed up by this world that feels hostile to both of them. It's such a powerful note to end on, all longing and fear wrapped together.
Yeah, that desperation really lingers. It's like he's reaching out across this divide hoping she'll choose him, even though he's stuck in the shadows. That ache is what makes Blaise's story so compelling.